Ready, set, go!
Alright, buckle up, this is going to be a bumpy ride. So in my last video about AI, I talked about some of the pros and cons of AI, how it's legitimately a good idea if executed properly, but how it's not executed properly. Since that video's release, the controversy surrounding AI has gotten a lot worse, and I'm mad. So many companies have started adopting the AI this, AI that mindset, where AI has to be in everything, because using their AI tools makes them so much money. And when they force it onto you, like how Google does with its AI overviews, you are using and contributing to AI, without even meaning to. I really don't think that it's our fault at this point. AI has been shoved down our throats. Wait, I have a clip.
Don't cry, little consumer. Uncle OpenAI's got enough AI slop to feed you your entire life. Grok, bring on the feed hose ASAP! Boy's hungry!
But let's not act like it isn't our faults too, because I know for a damn fact you've been on ChatGPT at least once in the past week. Put your hand down. But one thing that has gotten a ton of backlash and controversy is the AI data centers. So in this video, I would like to talk about a few things. What they do, why I think we don't need them, and why they suck! First of all, what are AI data centers? Well, look at your phone. Small, compact, not the most powerful machine in the world, but it gets the job done. Now try to train and run an LLM locally. Yeah. Consumer technology just isn't powerful enough to run LLMs, or large language models. So to combat this, what tech companies do is invest billions of dollars into these big buildings called data centers that store a bunch of server computers. So if you're using something like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Grok, first of all, get the f*** off of Grok. Second of all, your phone connects to those computers through the internet, where instead of your phone doing the work, the server computer does it and sends it back. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. It's fast, it's efficient, and it doesn't have any negative impacts at all. Yeah, that's where the problems in AI data centers kind of start to become more apparent. Now, I just want to say that I'm only 15, I'm kind of dumb, and I'll believe anything if you sound believable enough. So I'm just saying, the info I'm about to say could be fake. I did just click on the first article that Google gave me, and I didn't use the AI overview because, duh. According to the EESI, or Environmental and Energy Study Institute, large AI data centers can use up to 5 million gallons of fresh water daily. Oh my gosh. Just to put that into perspective, that's enough for a town of 10,000 to 50,000 people. In the grand scope of things, that's not even a little bit compared to how much fresh water is actually on the earth. But I'm not saying it's a good thing. Wait, Ethan, how's it using water? From what I've learned, water plus computer equals bad. Won't it short circuit or something? Oh, my non-tech savvy viewer. You're stupid! No. AI data centers don't just throw water onto computers for no reason. They're used to cool the computers. Remember when you tried to run an LLM on your phone? It exploded because your phone physically doesn't have the hardware or cooling to keep up with the amount of power training and running LLMs take. The two most common types of computer cooling are air cooling and water cooling. On my personal machine, which I built myself, compliments are welcome, I use water cooling, which absorbs the heat from the CPU and cools it down through fans through a radiator, where it is reused again. So what makes AI centers so different? Aren't I using as much water as them? Well, no, because my computer isn't a 25-foot tall hunk of metal. Server computers have very powerful hardware, and with that power comes a lot of heat. Processors get hot. Air cooling is cheap, yeah, but it's physically not powerful enough to cool the hardware. So they use water cooling instead. Most data centers use evaporative cooling, which is the main reason why so much water is used. Also, according to the EESI, AI data centers contribute approximately 3.5% to greenhouse gas.
I don't know where I got that information from because I couldn't find it in the EESI website, so I don't know where I got that from. But I did a little more research, and I found on this website, it says right here, that the team found that by 2023, the current rate of AI growth would annually put 24 to 44 million metric tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So that's really bad.
Yeah, that may not sound like a lot, but do you know what else burns fossil fuels? Cars. Look at all the cars. Fossil, as in dead dinosaurs, and we all know what happened to them.
What happened to the dinosaurs now?
The worst part about this is that these companies know exactly what they're doing. They are aware of the damage they're doing, but do they care? Nope. And you want to know why? Because of money. It's all about money, money, money. Quite frankly, every single AI company has turned into Mr. Krabs. Not that they weren't before. But AI also saves them a ton of money because they can just, hey, we're gonna fire you and replace you with this thing.
Destroy all humans.
Hey honey, how was work? I was fired and replaced by a number-crunching clanker! It really is unfortunate to see how many jobs are being threatened and taken by AI. But I already talked about that in my last AI video. If you want to hear me talk about it, watch that. And even so, AI has gotten so many investors that if something were to happen, like AI getting banned, the economy would crash to the ground harder than this video of a robot trying to learn self-defense. But for people like me, we still want to use AI because we see the great potential in it. But we don't want to contribute to the horrible things happening. So lucky for us, there are LLMs. Oh, sorry, let me abbreviate. There are LLMs and LLMs, large language models and local language models. Not confusing at all, right? Local language models are a lot less advanced than large language models because they aren't always up to date and they can't do any generative AI features. But I'm just saying, maybe if you could live with the fact that you use generative AI features, maybe you shouldn't. Local models don't connect to data centers, so there's no cost on the environment, plus you can use them offline, and they won't make your phone go kaboom. Now, I've been very jokey this whole video, but let me be serious for a second. I actually really hope that AI companies finally stop being blinded by the money and take into consideration the amount of damage they're doing. Not only to the environment, but to the reputation of tech and the economy. And like I said, let's also stop acting like it's not our fault too. A lot of people, me included, use ChatGPT on a regular basis because we can't be bothered to switch to something else. And yeah, I admit it, sometimes I use ChatGPT more than once every day, but that's exactly how these companies get you. They make AI so advanced that you can't help but use it because it does everything. But a few good things have happened too. AI is getting more expensive for companies because consumers are finally starting to realize what they're supporting. Half of all US data centers have been delayed or canceled, and Sora was shut down just recently. So I guess with all of the L's, we should appreciate the few, but very important, W's we get. And with that being said, thanks for watching my show. My Ethan Show!